Hi, I'm Warren Roberts. I'm the founder of Living Legacy Forest. Today I'm going to tell you 3 absolutely shocking truths that you don't know about death. But first, I'm going to tell you about why I created Living Legacy. 15 years ago, I lost my best friend. She really was my best friend, and she died straight after an operation. And I remember someone at the funeral, they put their hand on my shoulder and said, "Warren, are you okay?" And I said, "I'm fine." And I thought I was fine because I hadn't even cried at the funeral. Obviously I wasn't fine. All I had done was just cut off from feeling the hurt and the loss and the grief. And it made sense to cut off from it because I was like, well, what's the point of loving someone? What's the point of feeling at all? If the more that you feel, the more you hurt when you lose those people, what's the point of it all? And it lasted for 7 years. For 7 years I was just completely cut off inside, and it wasn't until I spent time in nature that it felt good to feel again. And it didn't just feel good, it felt beautiful. So I spent more time in nature, and the more time I spent, the more beautiful everything got. And it really was beautiful, and I thought to myself, wow, imagine if people's ashes were inside trees, and instead of connecting to what we'd lost, instead of connecting to the pain and the grief, we could connect to the beauty that their life created. We could connect to the privilege of being alive and being a part of life, and the beauty of having people that we still love with us. And that's at the heart of Living Legacy. That's why I created it. And that's why I want you to be a part of creating our beautiful forests. So, what are the 3 shocking truths about death? Shocking truth number 1. Human ashes are not the same as ashes from wood. They're not good for the environment when they're untreated. They have the same pH as bleach and oven cleaner. Could you imagine putting 3 kilograms, which is what human ashes typically weigh, imagine putting 3 kilograms of bleach and oven cleaner on a tree. You don't just harm or kill the tree, you cause a lasting impact on that soil biology that's supposed to sustain life. Human ashes, untreated, are not good for trees. 90% of the trees that we planted in untreated ashes died within 14 days. And, they're just not the same as wood ashes. Shocking truth number 2. The average city has a cemetery footprint twice the size of the CBD. Now just imagine your city for a second, and now imagine twice that being graveyards. If we continue on this trajectory, we will literally bury the planet. It's not sustainable. But what it does mean is that the environment isn't just happening to us, we're happening to it. And that means we can change things, Shocking truth number 3. In the next 10 years, more than 1.5 million Australians are expected to die. And almost all cities around Australia have run out of metropolitan burial space. This means the baby boomer generation will be the first not to have the right to be remembered in their own community, not to be or have a place that acknowledges that they existed. And if we don't change our ways, the legacy we leave, it's going to be grave. So how do you get to choose what you become? How do you get to leave a legacy that you're going to be proud of? A legacy that hopefully your children can look up to in awe and beauty, can hear the sound of the wind blowing through its leaves, can breathe in the air that it creates, can smell it and know that we're all a part of that. How do you get to be a part of this when we've been so different in the past? In the past, people would become graves, and as a community, we'd create graveyards. Where now, people are becoming trees. and we're creating beautiful forests. Well, the good news is we've done all the hard work. We've developed the highest caliber of soil science. It's been independently tested and verified. It's been adopted by the best government cemeteries in Australia and adopted by state government departments around Australia. It also means that the trees that you create, they create habitat for endangered species like platypus, quokka, bandicoot, black cockatoo. And it really makes a difference. So all you have to do is basically choose your type of tree, choose your location. Now forest experts, they do the rest. We treat the ashes so they can sustain life. We help you plant the tree, and we create the forest in a way that they truly perpetuate and continue life. Your living legacy tree, it's not just a living memorial tree. It's a tree that creates thousands of seeds and seedlings, and that's how your life is truly perpetuated. I think it's the only way we can really offer people perpetuity is when your life is perpetuated. So when you become a living legacy tree, you become thousands of seeds, thousands of regenerating seeds. That's the circle of life, and that's how we honor it. So how do you make the choice that really makes a difference? Well, there's 3 ways you can take action. If you've got ashes, you can attend a planting day and plant your tree today. If you want to pre-plan, you can pre-plant your tree. You can pre-plant your tree, and in the future, you can become that tree. And if you want to support one of our forests, there's several ways you can make a pledge. Now, we've done something extra special to really make sure this makes an impact. Every time someone chooses to become a living legacy tree, we donate an extra 200 offset trees to be planted in that person's name. Why 200 trees? Because 200 trees creates more air than a person breathes in a lifetime. And it means even if only 10% of Australians choose to become a beautiful living legacy tree, it means the collective impact of those trees is almost 500 million trees. How we leave the world really can change the world. Thank you.